We will talk about the 10 best places in Barcelona. Tourism in Barcelona. Tourism in Spain is booming, as millions of tourists from all over the world visit it annually, and this makes it one of the most attractive countries for tourists in the world. Barcelona, located on the Mediterranean coast, is built towards the end of the 19th century. This was the first place to be specifically designed as a public park. It is a widely used space for all kinds of leisure and cultural activities. It contains over 100 species of plants, with a large number of century-old trees and interesting sculptures. Ciutadella Park has a large number of century-old trees and a wide range of elements: the monumental waterfall, 19th-century buildings now used as museums, a lake for rowing boats, pathways and numerous sculptures. It shares the site with the city zoo. This garden is one of the best in the world, and we could go on and on about it, but we'll save that for later. Number 2. The Barceloneta is a triangular spit of land that cuts into the sea, with boats in the Old Harbour, or Barcelona's Port Vell, on one side, and sandy beaches on the other. The neighbourhood, with its narrow, rectilinear streets, was built on a military grid structure to provide accommodation for the former inhabitants of La Ribera who had lost their homes due to the construction of the citadel. The houses were low-rise and small in scale so as not to obstruct views. Number 3. Park L. The park is one of the largest green spaces in Barcelona, with more than 17 hectares, next to the Sierra de Collserola. Here are a number of distinct spaces and structures designed by Antoni Gaudí that can be found inside the park. The colorful mosaic dragon that will greet you as soon as you enter the park, Sala Hipostila, the Hypostyle Room, Musea del Guarda, Jardin d'Austria, Gardens of Austria, Plaça de la Natura, Nature Square or Terrace, Portic de la Bogadera, Washhouse Portico, and interesting roads, viaducts, and paths and the large terraces that offer wonderful views over the city are all creations born straight out of Gaudí's genius. Number 4. Sagrada Familia. This monumental basilica is known in Spanish as El Templo Expiatorio de la Sagrada Familia, which literally translates to the expiatory temple of the Sacred Family. Although the official starting date of work on the basilica is March 19, 1882, construction truly began over a year later on August 25, 1883. Originally, it was architect Francisco de Paula del Villar who was in charge of the project, which he envisioned in a classic Gothic style. His plans consisted of a three-nave church with elements such as blister windows, exterior buttresses and a high needle-like spire, all typical to Gothic architecture. But eventually, the work was entrusted to Antoni Gaudí in 1883. Number 5. The Gothic Quarter. The Gothic Quarter is one of the most beautiful and intriguing places in Barcelona. Strolling through its narrow streets will lead you into a medieval atmosphere, where the best restaurants and shops are hidden behind small doors and dead ends. Here you'll find a young atmosphere coupled with a lot of diversity. In this article we show you a video in which you will discover the district of Gothic by the eyes of their neighbors. We also tell you the reasons why stay here, its attractions to visit, the best places to eat and shopping. Number 6. La Rambla. La Rambla, also known as Las Ramblas, is one of Barcelona's main thoroughfares and one of the most visited areas in the city. This fascinating artery is 0.8 miles, 1.3 kilometers, long and connects Plaça de Catalunya with the city's old port. Las Ramblas is always lively, packed with tourists, locals and street artists who pose like living statues. Numerous terraces and restaurants are located on both sides of the street and it is very enjoyable to sit in one of its terraces to see people come and go. Number 7. La Boqueria Market in Barcelona. What is La Boqueria Market in Barcelona? Sant Josep Market, otherwise popularly known as La Boqueria, is located in the heart of Barcelona city at La Rambla. Known for being a perfect picturesque market, this was once a patio to Sant Josep Church, which was eventually converted into an indoor market. The exteriors of the markets are made of a metallic/glass structure, but the interiors are what make it stand out in the world for its immense diversity and quality of products. Number 8. Catalunya Square. Plaça Catalunya Square in Barcelona is located in the city center, at a distance of approximately 1 kilometer from the shores of the Mediterranean. Many important streets of the city converge on the square. By the end of the 19th century, on the side of the square was a wasteland, which was located on the outskirts of the city, in front of the city gates. Following the expansion of the territory of Barcelona city, the square became one of the main square of the city. Number 9. The Magic Fountain. The Magic Fountain, first performance was on May 19, 1929 during the Great Universal Exhibition. The designer Carlos Buigas submitted his plans 1 year before the exhibition, and many thought that the project was too ambitious to be created, let alone completed on time. Over 3,000 workers were commissioned to work on the project, and less than 1 year later the Magic Fountain was born. The Magic Fountain is a spectacular display of color, light, motion, music and water acrobatics. If you mix these elements together in just the right combinations, you end up with pure magic. The Magic Fountain is a must-see when you come to Barcelona and highly recommended. Number 10. Museums and exhibitions. The Centre de Cultura Contemporánea de Barcelona, CCCB, organizes and produces exhibitions, panel discussions, festivals and concerts. There are films, courses in different themes can be visited, and readings are held. You will find the CCCB directly in the Raval district in the city, only a few meters from the Rambla and the Mikba. The CCCB supports artists by providing them with facilities to manage their works of art to other galleries and museums borrow. The Barcelona Football Stadium is the third largest football stadium in the world after the stadiums in São Paulo, Brazil, and Mexico City. Barcelona Camp Nou has a capacity of 110,000 people, and on every match practically every seat is taken. And Musea Friedrich Mayers. Musea Friedrich Mayers is one of the most important sculpture museums in Spain. Presented is the collection of the sculptor Friedrich Mayers. And in the end, we would like to thank you for completing the video to the end, and we hope that we have helped you on your next trip. If you like the video, like and subscribe to the channel so that we can be with you on a new trip and place.